Hi, I'm Miss Michelle from the Robbinsville branch, and today we're going to do a little experiment on melting ice. We are going to see if ice melts faster if we just leave it by itself or if we add some salt. For this experiment, you're going to need your parents' permission, water, mine is in a measuring cup, but I'm going to show you how to get it from the tap, 2 bowls, 2 balloons, salt, food coloring, and a pair of scissors. For the first part of our experiment, we're going to take a balloon and we're going to attach it to the faucet and we're going to add a little bit of water and then we're going to tie it so no water comes out. We're going to add our second balloon and do that same thing. We're going to try and make them about the same size and we're going to want to tie that one as well. Once they're filled, we're going to get them ready to go into the freezer and we're going to leave them there overnight because we want to make sure that they are nice and frozen for when we start our experiment. So we let our water balloons sit overnight in the freezer and now they should be nice and frozen. So we're going to get our 2 bowls ready. Now that we have our bowls, we can go ahead and use our scissors to cut open each of the balloons and inside we're going to find a nice ice ball. And you can see that they are about the same size. Our next step is to add a little bit of salt to just one of the ice balls. The purpose of our experiment is to see which one of these balls melts faster, the one with the salt or the one without the salt. And because it's very hard to see melted ice, it turns into water, which is clear, we're going to add some green food coloring. And that's going to make it easy for you to see throughout the experiment which one has melted faster. When you're adding your food coloring, you want to put the same number of drops on each one of your ice balls. We're going to wait about 1 minute and then we're going to check in on our ice. Do you have a guess as to which one you think is going to be the most melted? So far, it looks like the ice that we added the salt to is melting the fastest. Let's give it another 5 minutes and see what happens. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes for me. Let me take a look and see what our ice looks like now. Well, the one that we did not put the salt on doesn't look like it has melted at all. Let's lift it up and see. Oh, there is a little water there. Now, how about the one with the salt? You can clearly see that that one has a large puddle of green water around it. Now, it's been about 10 minutes since we took our ice out of the freezer and put the salt onto it. And I bet you know which one is going to be more melted. Of course, our ice with the salt on it has melted a lot more than our other ice. I'm not sure if you can see the top of the ice clearly, so I'm going to take my finger, and the one without the salt is still very smooth on top, but the one with the salt has quite an indentation on it. And I'm going to kind of zoom in here a little bit to show you some more. As we look at our plain ice, we can see that the ice itself looks mostly intact and the food coloring has kind of puddled off onto the bottom with a little bit of the water that has melted. And as we look at our second ball of ice, we can see that the food coloring has kind of went inside and you can see the area where the salt has really chipped away and melted the ice. And you may be wondering, but why does that happen? So the salt actually lowers the freezing point of the water and it keeps it from refreezing. I checked back in on our ice after about 1 hour and this is what I found. We use the science behind this to help us every winter. We put down something called calcium chloride, which works pretty much the same way that salt does on ice, and it keeps it from refreezing so that our sidewalks and our roads aren't quite so slippery. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're having a great day. Bye.